It's Dr. Karthik Ram. Welcome to my podcast. I'm a board certified plastic surgeon and educationalist based out of Chennai. I'm really honored that you have taken your time and given me your gift of your attention. Hope you are going to love this session. Please follow me in my Instagram handle for more updates. My Insta handle is Ram Dr. Karthik, RAMDRKARTHIK. Enjoy today's podcast. In our previous episodes, we have seen a lot about teenagers' problems and drug addiction, why it's happening in teenagers easily, why it is difficult to bring them out from the drug addiction. Very generally, we spoke about these issues. Now we are going to focus on the specific drugs. Today, we are going to see the drug called marijuana. Though it's like if you pronounce it, it's like a marijuana. J is silent, so it's a marijuana. It called in various other names. Like some people call it as part. In Tamil, it is called Kanja. In other terms, it's called cannabis, weed, grass, herb. All are used for smoking marijuana. Is it good or bad? We always get confused because like if you read a lot of articles about marijuana, they say in few states in USA they legalize the recreational use of marijuana, and in few countries they made it very much legalized, and even if you see a lot of medicinal prescriptions of marijuana allowed in a lot of countries. Marijuana is used for a lot of pain relief in a lot of like in medical centers. So as a parents and as a teachers, we also confuse whether it's a good or bad. So we know about the cannabis, the drug. It's actually derived from the plant. The cannabis is the only plant that contains unique class of molecular compounds or metabolites known as the cannabinoids, including the tetrahydrocannabinol. We manufacture our own cannabinoids called endocannabinoids in our body. So we have a natural cannabinoid receptors in the body. The tetrahydrocannabinol is a rapidly absorbed into the blood and distributed to the tissues. It affects the body temperature, blood pressure, heart rate, and breathing rate. And there is two forms of cannabis seen commonly. One is called indica, other is called sativa. So some say that one form for produce a lot of laughter, other form produce a lot of relaxations and making the movement slow. But usually scientists say that both are almost same. And what are the side effects? How will you find out whether they are taking cannabis? They are using cannabis. There will be usually a red eyes. The eyelids will be little droopy, and they usually speak slow. Movement will be much slower, and they continuously laugh sometimes, and then munch a lot. They eat lot of salty snacks continuously, and they sleep like anything. They sleep very well, and these are all very common thing what we see. And what are the forms it's available? Like we all know that it's smoke like cigarettes, but various other forms also seen. you know Sometimes traditional leaves are used, sometimes powdered forms are used in cookies and candies, and there is one more variety called hash, which is prepared from the sticky resin and it's very much powerful. And it's also used where are the places they use the like the cannabis, same places they use the hash also. It comes in like a like a cake, it's a like a little some cake kind of a form. They can use a very small amount, it will be very much powerful. And even there is they used in tea or juices, and even in Amsterdam and all, you can see they sell wheat butter. They like that this butter is used for preparing food. So any form, like it gives a high, you have to understand. And so It causes altered state of consciousness that is perceived as relaxation, pleasure, and even euphoria. So ordinary sensory experiences like eating, listening to music, watching movie are intensified. At high doses, they feel reduction in motivation, and spontaneity and general lethargy and confusion, hallucination and nausea, and lot of side effects happen because of the cannabis high doses. Its effect starts in 15 minutes when you smoke and lasts for 3 to 4 hours. But if you take by a oral route, by a candy or like a cake or a mushroom, various forms, it's available. So usually the effect starts little later, maybe 1 or 2 hours later, and it stays there for 8 to 9 hours. So increases in the appetite is due to the effects on the hypothalamus. So they eat a lot, they munch a lot. So this is one of the major sign. Other major problem what we see is lack of coordination due to its effect in the cerebellum. They have a slurred speech and hyper awareness of the sounds. So don't think that, see, a lot of people they've tasted cannabis during the college days. They smoked when the friend is having it. So don't think that the same cannabis, the marijuana, is available now also. The earlier days, only the concentration of THC in that THC meaning tetrahydrocannabinol is only 4%. But nowadays it comes to the 10% concentration of tetrahydrocannabinol. So even like the suppression of pain is due to the production of endocannabinoids in the hippocampus. Why like that our cannabis, though we secrete the endocannabinoids inside our body, why using cannabis is not good? The tetrahydrocannabinol binds to the endocannabinoid receptors 4 times much potent than our naturally occurring cannabinoids. So always it creates a confusion, and it like reduces our motor cortex function. So because of this, it interrupts the smooth functioning of the motor cortex. So they appear to be slack, clumsy, and slow moving, and have trouble reacting promptly to the dangerous situations. So lack of responsiveness with chronic use results in an inability to learn from the negative experiences. That is really bad. So in the early teen years, if they start smoking pot, what are the side effects they face? Because of the early pot using or the cannabis using, they're they are going to have a smaller brain volume and reduce the gray matter and increase in the damage to the white matter compared with the non-users. That damage still be seen in the brain scans of the chronic users even in the adulthood. So early teen users are twice as likely to become addicted. Those who indulge in pot before the age of 16 have more trouble with focus and attention. They always forget things. Chronic use lead on to a very low IQ. So the risk of schizophrenia, the psychological disease called schizophrenia, the risk of schizophrenia is also 2 to 5 times higher in chronic the cannabis users. They also have 50% increased risk of having a clinical depression in the later age when they use in the teenage. Other major problem is the people who sells the cannabis also sell the other dangerous drugs like like cocaine or LSD or other synthetic drugs also they sell. So usually it's a getaway drug to the higher forms of drugs. So when they go via the cannabis, they become addicted to other drugs also. So it will be very much aware of these things, and we have to monitor our kids curiously about all those symptoms. A lot of people think that smoking cannabis is much safer than smoking cigarettes, nicotine. Actually, nobody know. A lot of people they are not aware that tar and carbon monoxide concentration is 3 times greater in cannabis than tobacco. Smoking 5 pot is equal to the full pack of cigarettes. And pot contains lot of cancer causing chemicals. It is 50 to 70% higher than the cigarette smoke in cigarette smoke. Lot of people they use something called bong, which like it goes through the water, the smoke goes through the water. So what happens is they think that all the carcinogens are filtered. Actually not. The major carcinogen, the major cancer producing component of the tobacco, the cannabis is benzopyrene, which won't be filtered by the water because it is not water soluble. So how to prevent the cannabis use in the teenagers? First, even if you tasted cannabis during your trip to Amsterdam, or like you in the childhood, in the like college times you smoke, don't even discuss those things in front of the kids. The kids easily pick up these things, though as I said that concentration of cannabis in the earlier days are much less compared to the concentration of tetrahydrocannabinol in recent time cannabis. See, usually the kids will be very much afraid to lose the parents' trust and respect. That is the greatest deterrent for the adolescent drug use. So make sure that you talk about the cannabis side effects and why they can't achieve the passion and the aim, because when they use cannabis how that concentration becomes low, the IQ becomes low, why they can't do the faster movement, why they become mind becomes slow. You have to keep explaining why they can't reach their goals because of the cannabis, why how cannabis spoil the future of the kids. Before they get exposed to, you have to explain their side effects. A lot of teenagers in foreign countries they argue that pot is not bad with the pot is not bad. So parents also confuse how to convince them. So they always argue that it relieves my anxiety. So what is wrong in it? But you have to make them understand this is not the solution to relieve their anxiety. All over the life they can't use the cannabis for relieving their anxiety. So they have to find out the cause of the anxiety and deal with it, not the cannabis solution. So people have to understand these side effects and make sure that your teen kids not addicted to the cannabis or the pot or this weed or whatever. All are same terms, but I'm just making you understand. So other major issue in cannabis is not a legalized drug in India. What are the laws in India? What are the narcotics laws in India? See, even if you have possess a small quantity of cannabis and any other drug, it is a criminal offense. Okay. After that, everywhere any verification comes, this record goes to the like government, from the government. So like getting a visa, applying for the foreign studies, everything is completely ruled out. Okay, it's a criminal offense having even a small quantity of the banned drugs. Cannabis is banned. The weed is banned in India. You have to understand. And if you have a very big quantity, it is a non-bailable offense. You can't even come out from the jail. It's a non-bailable offense. So laws are very strict in India. Even people think that having a small quantity and tasting it not a bad thing. It is not a big issue, but you'll easily get arrested for uh, having the banned drugs in your bag. So parents and teachers, be aware of the symptoms of cannabis use and try to find out in early stages. Try to arrest that progress of your kid becoming addicted to the cannabis. And even the kids have to understand what are the side effects of cannabis use during the adolescence period and why you should not use it and why it is dangerous to possess the banned drugs. Thank you.